Have you ever felt like you're trying to find one specific sentence in a giant library, but there's no catalog? That's pretty much what it's like trying to get answers from your company's huge pile of data. But what if you could just walk into a small, curated reading room that has only the books you need? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. These specialized reading rooms for data are called Data Marts.
Okay, so first things first, to really get this, we have to start with the big picture, the data warehouse. And I want you to think of this as that entire massive library. It holds absolutely everything, every single piece of data from every department. We're talking finance, sales, HR, you name it. It's the one central source of truth for the entire organization. Right, so if the warehouse is the whole library, then a data mart is just one super organized section inside it. It's the marketing analytics aisle or the Q3 sales performance shelf. It's a much smaller, focused chunk of data that's been pulled from that main warehouse. And it's built to give a specific team exactly what they need, and absolutely nothing they don't.
So these specialized sections, they don't just appear out of thin air. There are actually two main ways they get built, and it all depends on where they get their information from.
On one side, you've got the dependent data mart. This is the one you'll see most often. It's built by pulling very specific data right from the central data warehouse. Kind of like a librarian creating a featured authors display, using books that are already in the library. Then, you have the independent data mart. This one's a bit of a maverick. It skips the main library completely and pulls its data directly from the original source systems. Now, this can be way faster if a department is in a hurry, but there's a catch. You run the risk of creating these little islands of data that might not match up with what's in the main warehouse.
This all sounds pretty neat, right? But it definitely leads to a very logical question. If that giant warehouse already has all the information in it, why would we ever bother building a smaller mart? I mean, really, what is the big deal? If you have the keys to the entire library, why would you want to limit yourself to just one little section? It seems kind of counterintuitive, doesn't it? But the answer, and it's a powerful one, boils down to three huge advantages.
So what's the payoff for all this? Well, there are three big ones. First up, speed. Just imagine trying to find one specific fact in a library with 1 million books versus a curated shelf with 100. It's night and day. Same with data. A smaller scope means you get your answers way faster. Second is focus. The insights you get are tailored precisely to what your team needs, without you getting bogged down by a ton of irrelevant numbers from other departments. And finally, efficiency. It just cuts through the noise and simplifies everything, giving you a clear path to the answers you're actually looking for.
All right, enough with the theory. Let's make this real. Let's see how this actually works. Picture this. You're on the marketing team.
A marketing data mart would be laser-focused on only the stuff the team cares about. We're talking campaign performance, ad spend, click-through rates, customer conversions, all that good stuff. And you know what's just as important? What's not in there? No unrelated financial reports from accounting, no HR payroll data just gumming up the works. It's just pure, focused, actionable information for that team.
We've covered a lot of ground, so let's do a quick final recap. Let's put these two concepts head-to-head one last time to make sure the differences are totally locked in.
Let's just break it down real quick. For scope, the warehouse is for the whole company, while the mart is just for one department. Because of that, the size of the warehouse is massive, while the mart is small and focused. And that size difference directly impacts speed. The mart has a huge advantage, so when you think about the use case, the warehouse is for big-picture strategic questions. The mart, that's for the targeted day-to-day reports a team needs to get their job done.
Look, if you forget everything else from this explainer, just remember this one thing. It's the simplest, most powerful way to get it straight. The data warehouse is the whole library. The data mart is just one section of that library. Simple as that.
So I'll leave you with the question to take back to your own work. Now that you get the difference, what's the one section of your organization's data library that would be an absolute game changer for you and your team? Seriously, think about it. What crucial insights are just sitting there waiting for you to uncover them?